On to 25. We're trying to prove that angle SVU is congruent to angle TWU. We're not talking about triangles here, so we're trying to prove that two parts are congruent. What are we going to be using here? We're going to be using CPCTC then. And that means before we can use that, we have to prove that the two triangles are in fact congruent. So we're going to be having to prove that triangle SVU is congruent to triangle TWU before we can use the CPCTC. So let's get after it. Let's label everything we know. U is the midpoint of ST. U is perfectly in the middle of ST. So what does that tell you? That tells you that SU is congruent to TU. So that means that SU is congruent to TU. There we go. That's because that's what a midpoint means. A midpoint means that the two sections are congruent. Next, they tell us that SV is congruent to TW. SV, it's right here, is congruent to TW. That's my second pair as per the two congruency marks. And then they tell you that VU, that's right here, is congruent to WU. That's the third side. That's the third side. So we got side, side, side. Now I can see these two triangles are congruent because of side, side, side. So I'm ready to fill in my answers. So step 1, U is the midpoint of ST, and that's in the given. And what does that tell me? What does the midpoint tell me? That tells me SU is congruent to TU, and that is the definition of midpoint. Good job. There you go. Next, we're going to use the other givens. SV is congruent to TW. That's in the given. Boom. And the last given, VU is congruent to WU. Bam. And that's also given. So now we have three sides. There's my side. There's my side. There's my side. So I can say triangle SVU is congruent to triangle TWU. That looks like a V. And so that means, why are we able to say that? Side, side, side. And finally, one step further, angle SVU, that's in the proof, is congruent to angle TWU. And why is that? That's going to be CPCTC. And we're done with 25. We're going on to the last one. We're doing it!